Hi guys and ladies, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lisema Matsietsi. On this video we're talking about actually understanding what are KPIs, key performance indicators. What are those? We normally sometimes confuse key performance indicators, and I'd just like to demystify it so that we can understand what key performance indicators are. Let's stay tuned for the rest of the video. I worked some time now in strategy teams, and we're doing strategy analysis, and as part of being in a strategy team, the first thing that you have to do is to actually do this one thing that's called strategy on a page. And a strategy on a page is where a company will say, you know what, we want to grow our sales and make meaningful sales. So for every person that walks in, we need to cross-sell and make them do whatever the case is. So we have different pillars and say, no, we're putting in increasing our sales efficiency through cross-sell type of a thing. So you have increasing sales efficiency on top and cross-sell being under it. But the nice part about it, it's all nice to put all those things. Come month end, we are all like, okay, now how do we do? If we did improve sales efficiency and we've increased sales by 2 people and we cross-sold to maybe 1 person, does it mean that we have hit our strategy? Inside, if you don't know anything, you would say, yes, we've hit our strategy. We are quite happy with whatever we are doing. But what I want to get into here is the wrong measure, meaning KPI, in place of seeing if you are obtaining your strategy. In this case, most of us, we've discovered, once I was chatting with a lot of people that are doing organizational architecture, we were actually using business performance indicators as key performance indicators. Now, let me tell you what the difference is. There's a business performance indicator that shows how the business is going. One of those indicators is headline earnings or profits. So the profit of the company just shows that the company is in good standing, is not making a loss, it's actually making something else. That's why there's profit. So that is needed for a business to go forward, hence why it's called a business performance indicator. A key performance indicator, using headline earnings as a key performance indicator for something that's like increasing sales, might be misrepresenting it. Because headline earnings is a business performance indicator. It shows that the business is going. Improving sales needs its own measure, even though you are using still profits as a measure. So in order to use something that's tailored for this one thing that you're looking at, improving sales efficiency, you have to go back to your business performance indicator and fine-tune it. And then after you fine-tune it to meet whatever you're looking for, then it starts to become a key performance indicator. To say that becomes our key performance metric. Like say for instance, if we're saying improving sales efficiency, we go to a headline earnings and we say we need to increase our contribution of profits made by sales by whatever percentage. So in that way, you're just not looking at what if other profits was because people paid us and all these years they were not paying us, and all the sales that we've made this year we're actually making losses. So we need to go back to our profit pool and say, hang on a second, what is the contribution of the profit that's made by the sales that's coming through as part of our sales efficiency strategy, and out of those ones, which ones are actually growing, or we want them to decrease or either grow. It's all about that. And once you have gone into a business performance indicator and you have fine-tuned it to meet your thing, then you can call it a KPI. Now, since you have a KPI of sales efficiency, would you use the same KPI for the one that goes below it, which is cross-sell? Hindsight, I would say no, you can't use that. Because the KPI that has to do with sales for today is specific for the first one, which is growing your sales efficiency. The one that has to do with cross-sell has to have its own metric or its own KPI. So its own KPI could have been, for every 2 clients that we see, we have to cross-sell to 1. So your cross-sell ratio must be maybe 50%. So your KPI metric would be, even if the first one we don't make the thing, if say for instance we're not making any profit, the KPI that's below for cross-sell, it's independent from whether we're making profits or not, because it's measuring something different. It's just saying, for every client that you are seeing, for every 2 clients that you are seeing, are you cross-selling another product to 1 client? So it becomes also a KPI that is now independent of the other one. So it doesn't mean that once one KPI goes up, it's answering 5 other things, of which that's why I'm running away from what we call a business performance indicator. Because most of us, we would say, once a business performance indicator, once we've made profit, headline earnings, all these other things, initiatives that we are supposed to do, automatically becomes achieved. And then in that way, you are totally screwing up the numbers, because somewhere there, your cross-sell might still not be met. Your cross-sell target might still not be met. Your profitability efficiency might still not be met, even though you are meeting your cross-sell target, because you are not making profits from this year's sales, you're making profit from last year's sales or from future sales. In that way, I'm just trying to demystify to say, what is a KPI? A KPI from here, it is not a business performance indicator. A KPI stands on its own. You could try, because most people are trying to do, you just do one KPI and then you have all these other initiatives that you want to do measured by the same KPI. I would like to, from my side, I would just suggest you cancel all these other initiatives. You make just one initiative per KPI, so that you know that if I'm doing sales and operational efficiencies, it goes with the improvement of this year's sales. Instead of saying sales efficiency, improvement of this year's sales, operational efficiency, improvement of this year's sales, it's just there to confuse you. It's much better to just say sales and operation efficiency, it goes with this year's sales. Underneath that, we have cross-sell efficiency, and underneath that, we have a quicker turnaround time. And those will have their own KPIs, even though one falls under sales and another one falls under operations. So for me, I'm hoping just in this few seconds, I'm able to give you a high level of what KPIs look like. Why is KPIs important? They are important in the reports that we are making. Especially if you are making a report for your Exco or to your DivCos, it's important that you help them to identify if whatever initiative is making traction or not. And if you are using the wrong KPI, the conversation might go crazy. But I know sometimes it has to do with us having to do some little bit of education, because if we don't educate also the execs, that sometimes they might be taking a business performance indicator because it looks good, and they don't want to do the work of finding out and sitting with you to say what is the KPI or not. Then because they are lazy in that way, they are happy when you say no, we went up with our profits, so all the 12 initiatives are all up to date. But it's up to us to say, no, hang on a second. From a strategy side of things, we don't think that we have hit all our KPIs. That's us in here. If you like what I'm talking about, please feel free to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button. If not, I just would like to thank you for watching for this long. If you want to get hold of me, please feel free to visit our website, www.beingananalyst.co.za, beingananalyst.co.za. Nice stuff going on our website. It's getting funky by every day. More content is going in. Please give it a shout, give it a try. Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down, up to you. Reach out to us in all our social media platforms. Until the next video, which is coming through just now. Cheers, guys.